This video is a long time coming. This is a pickup video, and these are games that I just didn't pick up within the past month or two. It's been over a course of the previous year, so yeah, been a long time coming. Got games I've always wanted. Some of them I didn't really know too much about. I might have seen it or heard about it. One of them is a suggestion, and good suggestion. We'll get to that when we get there. And yeah, no epic story about picking all these up at a garage sale for $5 or something. Nothing like that. I did get some good deals, but pricing, can't remember. But regardless, there are games that I wanted to share and maybe bring back some memories for everyone. All right, let's get into it. Okay, guys, starting off, the first game, MiG-29 Soviet Fighter. A Chimera published game by Codemasters. You know, the thing about the Chimera games, besides the very unique cheat around the lockout chip on the back, very unique, is the Chimera games are hit or miss overall. And I seen a YouTuber, I want to say it's Bedhead1000, and he was just playing games randomly on a whim, and he played MiG-29 Soviet Fighter, and it was good. It looked good. I mean, you can see it off the screen right now. It looks good. It's a fun game. It actually is really enjoyable. Totally worth picking up. I wouldn't say it's mind-blowing, but very solid. They did a great job. And you know, Codemasters, I got another game called Stunt Kids from them. The thing about Codemasters in these Chimera games, the graphics are always good, and the music is always good. So when I see Codemasters, Chimera on these Codemaster games, I don't know. The next game, Firehawk, it was also shown on the same episode. I mean, this is great. I had no idea this game existed. So, you know, you're getting to drop bombs, blow up buildings, boats, you know, enemy soldiers, you know, and unique way to control it. The controls feel great. Surprisingly, they did an excellent job. And it's a fun game. Again, it's not like mind-blowing and you gotta have this type of game, but it was a very fun experience, and I highly recommend it to anybody interested in you know, a helicopter shooter of this type. You know, just flying around, getting to control, fully control your chopper in you know, reverse fire, and I don't know, it just was a very solid experience. Highly recommend it. Now obviously here's the game is just sitting off to the side. You already noticed. Turtles 3 Manhattan Project. I mean, wow, this one, long time coming. I've been wanting this thing for a while. Just never picked it up. So, and you know, if you, I say out of the 3 Turtles games, you know, a lot of people consider this one the best. Do I think that? Probably. It probably is, but I like all 3. I mean, I'm one of the weird guys that actually enjoys the first one on the NES, very much so. So, you know, I don't know. But it's a great beat 'em up. One of the best on the console. So, I mean, it just, you know, you gotta have it. It's Turtles. You know what it's about. Great game. A lot of NES games here, guys. All right, another one. Here we go. Kid Nicky, Radical Ninja. Retro Elbow. The legend. He suggested this one. And I never played it. Now, I remember seeing it, but I never gave it the time of day. Wow, was that a mistake? Very solid. Very solid. Great. Got some uniqueness to it, man. The boss fights are the highlight. The boss fights are the highlight. I mean, the first boss, you mean it's like you're hitting him and you're not. I'm like, nothing's happening. What's going on? I'm not even damaging him. And, you know, I keep losing my weapon. You have to run and go get it, you know. And There's some strategy to it. You have to figure it out. And all the bosses are like that. They're very interesting. The highlight is the boss fights, to me. And then I went down the rabbit hole. I was like, well, it's cool. It's a good game. And these boss fights are excellent. So I was like, what's going on? In Japan, they released a sequel, 2 and 3. And each one progressively tried to push a little harder. Graphical upgrades, the way it plays, the sprites, So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get into the Famicom and try to pick up this part 2 and 3 of Kid Niki. Now over there it's called something else. I can't think of it right now. It's a different name, but still, it's the sequels that we never did receive over here in the United States. So, thank you, Elbow. Excellent suggestion. Another off-color game that people, from a company that people completely take a crap on, Colored Dreams. Colored Dreams, which turned into Wisdom Tree for anyone, knowledgeable in the Wisdom Tree games, the Christian games on NES. They were Colored Dreams before they were Wisdom Tree. And here's Crystal Mines. I picked this up. I forgot about this game. Completely forgot about it. And yeah, I took it apart. Regular screw. I had to take it apart to make sure to clean it real well. But this is an awesome game. This is if you like Bomberman, you like Crystal Mines is very similar to Boulder Dash. There we go. So if you like Boulder Dash, you're gonna like Crystal Mines. It's in the same vein. And honestly, this Crystal Mines, the Wisdom Tree re-release, basically Crystal Mines, but with a Christian coding, is Exodus. So if you played Exodus, which is also awesome, by the way, I don't care what anybody says. Exodus, Boulder Dash, Crystal Mines. If you know, pick it up. Played this when I was very young, back in the day. Rented it at Video Unlimited back in Georgia, and wow, great game. I love these kind of games, so had to have it. Next game on the list, Eight Eyes. Eight Eyes is one of those games where you either love it or hate it. Taxan published titles. But it is, I remember what made this very nostalgic for me is me and my cousin. My cousin and I, we played the crap out of this. He was the bird, I played the guy. The bird's practically invincible. I mean, he can get damaged, killed, but he can take a lot of hits. He'd be like the bird, I'd be the guy. We'd go through the levels. A very challenging, very, very difficult game, but was a blast to play with a co-op buddy. So, and my cousin, he died here last year. So, when I started thinking of him, I started thinking about this game and all the other games that we used to play together. And he was my first co-op partner on all the beat 'em ups and like the Ninja Turtle games, the Streets of Rage or whatever we can get our hands on. Final Fight. Was it Final Fight? Well, a lot of Double Dragon, stuff like that. Battletoads and Double Dragon. Battletoads themselves. And Eight Eyes here was one of those as well. And yeah, I had to get it. Was thinking about him and all the games that we played through together, and I was like, yeah, man, just takes me back. I needed to pick it up. Elbow, I think he recommended this one as well. Crystalis. Everybody recommends this game. This is a very popular game, RPG from SNK. And I've never played it. Everybody keeps telling me how awesome it is, and I was like, well, it's got to happen. It's got to happen. I barely scratched the surface of this, but I think I'm seeing where it's heading and why people would consider it an excellent RPG for the NES. So, Crystalis, had to pick it up. Another classic I remember growing up and only playing once, and I was like, man, this game is great. Based on arcade, Trog. It's fun. It's fun. It gets hard. It gets really hard later on. But if you're into these kind of like move around the map, puzzly type games, and it's like Pac-Man type stuff going on, you're going to like this game. It's a good game. Not a whole lot to say about it. Obviously, your little wimpy dinosaur, when he gets the right power up, you turn into a T-Rex basically, and you can eat the caveman while you're still collecting. So again, that whole Pac-Man type thing going on. It's a fun game. I recommend it. If you see it for cheap, pick it up. Last NES game, Codename Viper from Capcom. This is a great game. I remember renting this and loving it, and then I forgot everything about it. And so playing this is like playing it again for the first time. Great shooter, action shooter. Well, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know. It's Capcom. Capcom back then almost couldn't miss. So you see the gameplay, you know what it is. If it looks interesting to you, well, then you're going to like it because it's that style of game. Highly recommend it. Very good. Had to have it. Haven't really played that much yet since I got it. But what little bit I played, it was like taking me back. What little bit I could remember, I was like, oh yeah, hiding in the walls, popping out, shooting fools. Good stuff. Viper, Codename Viper. Had to get it. Okay. We got a couple SNES games here. Time Slip, right? Time Slip. I bought this game for $20 back in the day, and Time Slip is weird. It's not a game that most people would say it's a good game, but if you give it some time, it is a solid little action shooter. I remember finishing it. I remember buying this game, $20, brand new, beating the game, and moved on. I liked it. It was fun. And I wanted to have all the games that I remember playing growing up. And then, so yeah, I was like, well, Time Slip. About forgot about it, remembered it, and I was like, time to get it. Another game, well, this one has a price on it, so there you go, $10, boom. Top Gear 2, love Top Gear 1, excellent racing game. Not too many racing games on the Super Nintendo worth the crap anyway, so Top Gear 2, F-Zero, gotta have them. Great racing games, love the music, very fun, upgrading your car. Me and my cousin also played this one a whole lot too, so had to have it. Great racing game for the Super Nintendo. But I didn't forget about the Sega Genesis. No, sir. Here we go. It's a little roughed up. I don't typically get games that are roughed up. I try to make sure they're nice, but for the right price, I couldn't pass it up. I remember getting a good deal on Shadow Dancer, The Secret of Shinobi, the first one. The first Shinobi game. Some consider this the best. Some consider it the second. Some consider the third. Doesn't matter. They're all good. You like Shinobi? Then you know what you're getting into. This one, you got your dog buddy, your wolf buddy, whatever. You can sick them on the enemies and, going through, use a sword, throw the throwing stars. You know the whole shtick. Shadow Dancer, great game. Never played it before, always wanted to because I played the other two, and always it looked like this one was like very interesting to me because it played a little bit differently. I felt with since you had your companion with you. So yeah, finally got around to picking it up, and glad to have it in the collection. And the other Genesis game, which I never played, but man, did it look good when I seen other people play it. Mystic Defender. Yes. I was like, yeah. I'm liking this. This looks, it looks very early Sega Genesis, and some of those early Sega Genesis games were freaking awesome, though. They were really so much different than what your offerings were on the Nintendo, and this one looked like something that I was right up my alley, my style, the old school 16-bit game, and I wanted to play it, and so I seen it and I got it. Mystic Defender. Good game. And finally, to cap it off, one of my favorite consoles, I keep mentioning it, PC Engine. Yes, sir. Dragon Spirit. This is the best version of Dragon Spirit. There's no arguing, folks. Forget the NES version. Dragon Spirit on the PC Engine and its sequel, also on the PC Engine, are amazing arcade translations. If you like Dragon Spirit and you like the arcade, and if there's any way possible, play the PC Engine version. Look at that artwork, folks. Look at that artwork. They just don't make artwork like this anymore, do they? So, yep, loved the arcade. Liked the NES version. And I wanted the best version. So, Dragon Spirit. PC Engine. Also for the PC Engine, Mr. Heli. Yes, from Irem. Irem, baby. Irem is, well, I don't know. They're like the underground Konami to me. They just produce so many good games. I don't think they get the, I don't think they get the respect that they deserve. 1989. Yeah, Mr. Heli. Cartoony. Simple music. But it's like watching it, you wouldn't understand. Like, okay, it looks all right. You have to play it. Once you play it, you get it, and once you got it, you're like, man, this is a good game. And the boss fights are freaking awesome. Very fun game. You like shooters, and you know the quality of Irem. Come on now, R-Type and such. Come on now, Mr. Heli. It is challenging. Later on, it gets pretty brutal, but in a good way. It's a good challenge that Irem is legendary for. Hard as nails, but it's a challenge that doesn't feel cheap. You're in control, and if you fail, it's on you. So, Mr. Heli. Seen it, wanted it, got it. Fun game. Another one for the PC Engine, Golem Speed. Quirky little puzzle game. UPL Company Limited. Who knows? I don't even know if they made any more games or not. Honestly, couldn't tell you. Seen this little puzzle game, kind of like Snake, where you wrap around the enemies and you kill them. And of course, if you get hit, you can lose. You can stay alive as long as they don't hit your main body, your head, or whatever. And you can go around, pick back up your body parts, and you can drop bombs. They'll attract the enemies to them, and you can wrap around them and kill them, and so forth. You kill all the enemies, and then eventually an exit will show, and you leave, and you'll go to the next level. Very fun little puzzle game. If you can pick it up for cheap, I highly recommend this. For some odd reason, it's getting stupid expensive. I love the music in this. It's very weird. Just very odd style of music. very different from other PC Engine games. And now, I don't know, it's just very unique to me. And this game is brutally freaking hard too, by the way. It gets ridiculous fast. So, and some of it is the control. So the control isn't the best, but I liked it, I wanted it, so I got it. And the last game, another Irem game, freaking legend, freaking legendary, Image Fight. Again, if you want the best version of Image Fight, you're gonna get it on the PC Engine. You can get the NES one, but on the PC Engine, it's a night and day difference, folks. Again, music, not that great. Graphics are not super impressive either. But this is like, this game is like, I don't know. This game's like drugs, man. This game, it just destroys you. But it's so addictive. And it's so true. You get done, you're like, oh, you play it, you die, and you're like, you got unlimited continues. So you almost say, I can get a little bit further, and you do, and then you die again. You're like, I can get a little bit further, and it's just a fun game. I can't explain it. You just start playing it, and you get addicted to it. And you just want to keep playing it because the challenge is there, and it's so fair. It's so smart. All of Irem's games are intelligently designed, and so that pedigree continues on. Great game. Glad to finally have it. Been wanting this for a long time. Well, there's the games over the course of the year, guys. Those are the ones I picked up. Does any of them bring back some good memories for you? Or is there some that look interesting now that you got to see a little bit of gameplay? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Until next time.